What's up, guys? Evil Hammer 6 here. Today I'm doing another Mass FC review, and the mass that I'm reviewing today, it's got quite a few of my friends that, oh, not friends, I mean people I used to know in it. It's called AKK Mass. You can see I'm in it over here. It's A space KK space Mass. As the name says, it's a KK Mass, so Calfight King. This is their forms. Basically, it's basically like you can use any style that you would like, except for range. You can either use magic or melee. If you're going to use magic, you have to have subjugation and higher for armor, along with 92 mage is required for Bloodfire Barrage. It's coin share, so I do like that. And then for the weapons, I believe, let's see here, where is that at? The weapons, you at least, if you're going to do magic, you have to have an armor battle staff. You can have an Aram's book or wand, or up and up. So basically anything, I believe it's like 78 and up. And then if you're going to melee, you have to have dual Drygors though. And then if you want to bring range for the mage phase, you can have from the Royal Crossbow up for weapons. You have to have either super potions, extremes, or overloads, and normally you can bring a yak, unicorn, or a bunyip. For melee, it's bandos and up for armor. Other than that, their rules basically for KK are no stuns, stay potted at all the times, and don't attack KK on a green shield. And then their banned abilities are on a page that you guys can look up. I'll put the link for this in the forums. And they just went in, so I should go in. So I've been doing these guys for a while, and, well, not a while, a few days, since I've figured out that they exist. It was kind of hard to find them on forums, so I'm not sure if they just don't bump. It's a smaller friends chat, so it's not like a big amount of people are in here at all times. It's not active all the time, so you're not going to get to play all the time if you're coming in here. Only once in a while they host it. Also, it's not just once in a while, but they only host 10 to 15 man teams, and they're kind of strict about kicking and who vokes. So if you're a voker and you want to come in here and voke, do not expect to voke. They have like people that are designated to voke, which I'm not a big fan of the people they have chosen to voke, because I don't trust them 100%. I only trust people that I know voking, and the person that does voke, I know he's not really that great. So I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, it's decent. When it is running at full steam, you could say there's about, I'd say between 8 to 12 people in here. I haven't had any troubles so far getting into the FC, like back into a instance after I died. So that's definitely not a problem. That's kind of nice. But as I said before, it doesn't happen all the time. They're kind of lax on some of their rules, so I'm not a big fan of that per se. But it's a decent FC because a lot of the people in here come because you can mage, and mage is really the best thing to do here at KK. So I really enjoy that. And most of the people in here are people that I know from name-wise, or they are people that are good at Calfight King. So you're not KKing with a bunch of random noobs like you are in 24/7 KKing. So I do enjoy that. But I don't enjoy the fact that some of the people's cockiness, and some of the ranks will come in, and if you're voking, they will take right over and expect to take right over, which I don't appreciate that well. Because, I mean, I understand that your rank, okay, you maybe earned your spot, but I do not like the fact that you're just going to come in and clobber over everyone that has already been voking for an hour or two and pretend that you have the right to do that. I don't find that fair. But other than that, I mean, it's not that bad. The other thing is the adder. There's not that many adders on all the time, so unless you come in here when And there's an adder. You're probably not going to get added unless you stayed added from another time. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. They don't really encourage DPS that much, so the kills, even with a 12 or 10 person team, should not take that long with most people using mage. It still does take a while because they do not enforce people to use the metamorphosis ability, which does make your damage go crazy output. They don't enforce that, so a lot of people, the kills aren't that quick. So that's not, I mean, they're probably a little bit quicker than 247K King, but they're not ridiculously quick. One thing I did find out is a lot of people in this FC, they use this escape ability instead of the surge one to get away. So whenever you get stunned during when he pops up the minions, he pops up minions at 25, 50%, and 75% health, and stuns you at the same time. That way you can't move. If he uses this ability right after he stuns you, you can get out of the way and avoid basically all the damage, which is fairly nice. As you can see, that wasn't that bad of a kill. And I bring my shield to, oh look at that, a dragon dagger. And I use this for the regenerate. You get a little bit more. I got a tooth and a loot path. Interesting. Okay, well, let's take that. Tooth and I need to do my animal assemble. Okay. So their ranks are fairly particular with what you do, at least via you not following simple rules, but they don't really say that much if you're not following important rules. Using Blood Barrage is very nice. I do enjoy that. Unfortunately, they, as you can see here, I'm not really even using that big of abilities because the abilities that you can output a lot of DPS on are banned. Impact and Asphyxiate, especially Asphyxiate, if you know when to do it. So you can't really do that much damage output, but somehow I, with a Virtus book, obviously, am outputting ridiculous more damage because, as you can see, I'm getting attacked most of the time. So it's nice if there's a tank in the room. They do have tanks. They will have a tank in here once in a while, which is very nice because then you don't have to worry about DPSing. So I do enjoy that aspect. But other than that, there's really not that much to say. They're just a fairly small FC. They require you to pot up. They don't check for potions, so I don't know if, I mean, you can check for potions fairly easily now, but I didn't see them warn anyone in the amount of time that I've been in here I haven't seen anyone warn about that, so that's not a big deal. So overall, it's a good FC. If you are low level with magic, you can do, obviously you can come here with low level magic gear, in my opinion. What low level magic gear is, you can come here and you don't really need that high of requirements for that magic gear. You only need 92 magic, which is not really that much. It's only about halfway to 99, not even halfway to 99 for experience wise. Fairly easy to get. And you obviously, as said before, you need fairly low gear and weapons that aren't going to cost you a whole lot of money. That armor battle staff is about, trying to think how much that thing is. It's about 12 mil, I think, and then along with, if you get your, not the Abrams, the subjugation set, it's maybe around another 30 mil for that total. So about 42 mil you can calculate King with, which is pretty good for a majority of players. 42 mil is not a bunch of money, but it's a decent amount. So if you have 42 mil, I assume you'd be able to KK, have enough money to buy that stuff and KK with. So, okay guys, to add on to the end of that, I really think in that FC, a lot of the people that are in it, at least the ranks, they're really demandative. They're really cocky. I've even been reading on the forums since then to make sure I did a not just a review because I thought they were my friends, but a review in general for the community. And I've seen quite a few posts like this. I have a problem with another rank, Blue Enigma. He's the one that owns the chat. I went into the KK lair and joined him, and it was just him and another rank called Armored Car in there duoing. And there was no other instance open, so I stayed. And then when I asked, when I came in, I asked if they were doing it, and they said, of course. I got no response. And then he was kicked from the friends chat. And then the response to this from another one of my friends, which is really bad. Well, I guess former friends, because if people are dicks like this, there's no reason to go into an FC. His name's Armor King, and he was the owner of a few KK passes, and I guess he helps manage this one too. And he says, not to be rude, but rules say ranks are allowed to kick players without giving him or her a warning, with a fucking smiley face with a tongue sticking out. I'm sorry, but if you're going to run an FC and you want it to be helpful, or not even if you don't want to help people, you want to be good, that's kind of a dick move just to kick people for no reason. That's stupid. Especially if you're not going to give them a warning or tell them what they're doing wrong, or if they're not allowed to be in there, or just randomly kick someone for no reason, then don't host an FC. Just make it your own private FC. Don't have a forum post on it. There's no reason to have a forum post if you don't want people in there to be, if you just want people in there to be a dick to. So that's my thought on this. So whatever you guys think, let me know in the comments and I'll post it.